Welcome to the Copper Queen Library, our self-love conversation. Today we're doing our third video on self-love, and we're going to talk about something very difficult. We're going to talk about facing our fear. Okay? Facing our fear means that we no longer are going to be holding ourselves back, that we're going to be out there and we're going to be us. So live in the moment and embrace that you can't control everything. You can't control everything. Isn't that a relief? I don't have to be in control of everything. It's like, wow, that's a weight off my shoulders. I can breathe now. Think about that. Face the inner critic. And where did that inner critic come from? A lot of times, it's the people closest to us, or an authority figure. The inner critic could come from our parents, things that they've said to us when we were a child that we may know rationally is not true anymore, but we still believe with every essence. Or it could come from a teacher who said, "You'll never amount to whatever," and it stays in your mind. So think about the words you use. What you say is very, very powerful. What you say to others can affect them for their whole life, like your inner critic. But what you say to yourself is vastly more devastating or empowering. What do you say to yourself? Hopefully you're saying that you can do things, that you are good enough, that you accept and love yourself. But a lot of times that inner critic has a lot of power over us, and we become fearful. What are you afraid of? Face that fear. What is stopping you from being intrinsically who and what you are? And you know, we can take a little page from Hollywood way back, I don't know, 30s, 40s. There was a show, South Pacific, a musical. And in it, the woman sang a song about she's going to wash that man right out of her hair. Well, every time you go into the shower, whether you're showering, soaping up, using shampoo, think about that fear. Think about that inner critic and just wash it right out of you. Let it run off. Let it clean. Get rid of it. You don't need it. You need to do something that you're afraid of every day. And it doesn't mean you have to take up bungee jumping or skydiving. You can take small steps. You can start facing your fear in a gentle way, but every day face that fear. Perhaps you're afraid of speaking to people or saying hello or introducing yourself. Practice in your mirror. Practice with a teddy bear. It doesn't matter. Practice with a child who will accept you for who and what you are, because they see you as what you present. And that is a great lesson to learn from. But face that fear gently, step by step, and your life will never be the same. It will change into sparkles and rainbows and things you can't imagine. So, the other part of this is to create a circle of supportive people. And that means, how are you going to let go of those that degrade you or make fun of you or make you uncomfortable? And remember how you feel in your gut, in your stomach, in your heart, in your skin. Then you know if you're authentic, if you're loving yourself, if your boundaries are up. So who is in your circle? Who believes in your dream? Who encourages that dream? You might want to write their names down. And maybe there's some people that smile They don't really believe in the dream, but they believe in you, and they have nothing negative to say, and they will support you. They are in your circle. Now say there's a parent or a family member who doesn't, who's one of those critics, and they just can't believe in you, and you should be doing this and not that. How do you let go? How do you let go with love and gently? Easy way. You don't discuss your dream. You can talk about other things. You can love them. You can love them and accept them for who and what they are. But you know where your boundary is, and you know that if you talk about your dream, it's going to be uncomfortable for both of you. So you choose other subjects to talk about, or you smile and you turn to something else, and you look at some beauty around you, and you say, that's okay. I can still love this person without having them as a member of my circle or my tribe. And your circle can be one other person, 2, 3 other people. It doesn't have to be 10 or 20 or 100,000 likes. It could be whatever it is, but they support you and they believe in you and what you say and do. And that's the most important. And that will help you silence that self-critic. And look at that self-critic. Who was it who said you couldn't do this? I remember my 3rd grade teacher told me, because I couldn't cut out the letter G, we were making a bulletin board for her, that I'd never be an artist. I remember the day. I remember she said, look at Dorothy, she's so good. Well, Dorothy had an eye or something simple to cut out. Who is she to criticize me in 3rd grade and tell me something I could never do for the rest of my life? Am I going to put value on her criticism? Or maybe it's time to look at that and say, you know what? Your opinion doesn't count. I'm not going to believe it anymore. I'm not going to let it affect my life. That critic is turned off. And if I hear that critic talking, maybe I'll say stop, or I'll imagine a red stop sign so the voice doesn't talk to me anymore. And it doesn't matter. I probably still won't be able to cut out a G, but I am an artist. And that's okay, because that's who I am. So don't let the critic control your life. Things to do. In your journal, at the end of the day, write what you forgive yourself for. Maybe that 3rd grade teacher started chattering in my ear. I need to forgive myself for listening. Even if it was 30 seconds, I listened. I forgive myself for doing that. It's okay. Be kind to one person every day. Being nice is easy. We can be nice, but to actually be kind is different. So go out and be kind to someone, but let it be genuine. Maybe you're helping someone, or you're doing an errand for someone, or you're just telling someone that you've never told before how much you admire them, or what a great weaver you think they are. Whatever it is, take a moment to be kind. And then take a moment to be kind to the most important person, yourself. And be kind to yourself today. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you allowed that self-critic to talk, or you didn't uphold your boundary. That's okay. Be kind. Forgive yourself. Love yourself. Show a little kindness. Put on some music and make yourself happy. So now I want you to find yourself a nice chair this time to sit nice and straight in, feet on the ground. And we're going to visualize ourselves sitting in a theater. And here we are in the theater, the movies, and there's a big screen in front of us. So just inhale, exhale, and release. And feel that chair. It's a comfortable chair, and you can lean back and relax. Let your eyes close and look at the movie screen. And there it becomes blurry, maybe a little whirly, and all of a sudden that self-critic appears. And you have to face it. You're facing this self-critic, and its mouth is moving and it's saying those things you just don't want to hear anymore. And finally you have enough. You're fed up, and you tell that self-critic to just stop. Stop. I'm not listening. I'm not watching this. And you look and you dissolve the self-critic. It disappears. Perhaps you have to do this a few times or go through a few different critics, but it will dissolve and it will disappear. And now, since we're being brave and we're in that dark theater and nobody can see us but ourselves, on the screen comes our fear. And our fear may appear as anything. It may be a giant bear. It could be a tiny ant. It could be anything.